asking His mercy and help. And blessing comes on the group, it said. When they come together, we get something we can't get sitting by ourselves. There's something you can get by yourself, and there's something that comes in the suhba. Speaker and listeners both can get something. There is a saying that if two people together, servants, in the Old Testament also, two comes together for His sake, His hand is over that group. And two from Prophets Ummah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam comes together for His sake, Prophet's hand is over that group. And if two murids of the Shaykh come together, Shaykh's hand is over that group, and awliya, their hand is over that group. So for that sake we come together. We're asking to get something we can't get by ourselves. Sitting by myself, I'm only getting frustrated reading the news. Somebody showed me 2 new channels to look at today. Oh my God. I thought it was bad, now it's worse. And then double again worse than that. May Allah save us. Well, Shaykh Nazim said, he always said the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he predicted, prophesied Marhamatul Kubra, a huge war between two sides coming to destroy most of the people on earth. And as the last precursor before the appearance of Dajjal and appearance of Mahdi in this world. And Grand Sheikh said, and what Shaykh Nazim used to say, that the sign for that Armageddon, 2 huge armies should face each other. One Bani Asfar, Russian, one American. And the Muslim side is supported by the Americans from Sham, from Damascus, and Syria. And till now, there's been no big land armies facing each other. Now we don't know what's going to be, step by step. He said if war begins before Ramadan, Shaykh Ibn Arabi said, if war breaks out before Ramadan, it won't go to its final. It'll go like the Gulf War, it'll come and go. If it breaks out after Ramadan, be careful. He said you have to watch the first part of Shawwal, first 6 days in Shawwal. If you see Shawwal is going to go on okay, you'll have another year. We don't know. Now coming to Ramadan and both sides threatening each other. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to send armies, we're going to send weapons, we're going to send. We don't know. So we wait. And he said, there was a saying of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he made dua that, oh my Lord, don't let my nation be destroyed. It's famous dua by plagues and earthquakes and fires and floods, like the time of Noah, the time of Hud and Salih, other prophets, Ibrahim, Lut. Don't let my nation to be destroyed like that. And it's come small things, we're not taking away everyone. Allah accepted. When he prayed, oh my Lord, don't let my nation to be destroyed by fighting with each other, there was no answer, and Prophet knows it means that Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that this nation is going to be destroyed by fighting with each other. And this nation is not only the Muslim Ummah, it's everyone. Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, famous hadith, my flag is over Bani Adam, the children of Adam and Eve. On the judgment day, I say that without pride. That's the situation. So when he says my nation, it means everyone. And may Allah save us. He said the sign for that terrible war, killing, Haraj wa Maraj, killing. The one who killed doesn't know who he killed. The one who was killed doesn't know who killed him or why. And modern warfare is like that. I was saying hypersonics, you don't see it coming, you don't know anything. All of a sudden you're dead. And the one who shot it, he doesn't know who he killed. He pressed the button someplace. Drone strikes, missile strikes. In the old days, two armies would camp in front of each other, facing each other, and one champion would ride out from each side and they'd fight hand to hand. Sometimes the whole issue was solved like that. Now, no. Might be somebody in an office 10,000 miles away, picks up his phone or press a button, like that. Commanders, mashallah. MashaAllah. Everyone willing to sacrifice the other one, nobody to put themselves into danger. May Allah forgive us. Keep out from that fitna, he always said. Allah bless him. Keep away from fitna. Don't put your hand in it. You don't know what's behind it. You go to join a demonstration or you don't know where the party of peace and freedom. Oh, good, but they're not the party of peace and freedom. They might be the party of tyranny and imprisonment. But they're calling you to peace and freedom. You don't know who's who. Everything is hidden. Your intentions is hidden, not open. Shaitan doesn't come to say, I'm Shaitan. He comes, I'm your best friend. As he came to Sayyidina Adam and Sayyidina Hawa, alayhi salam. What does the Quran say? He swore he was there. It swore. Shaykh didn't like to use he for Shaitan, not to dignify with the personal pronoun it. It swore it was their sincere advisor. Doesn't come saying, I'm Shaitan coming to take you to Jahannam. To lead you to a blazing fire. No, I'm your best friend and advisor. So logical and clear. You say, yes, you're right. And then you fall into a problem and Shaitan laughs and withdraws. And says, you did. He told me to do it. Whole mankind is being, humankind is being attacked. Prophet was praying, so I said, Rabbi Arina Ashya Kamahiyya. Let me see things as they really are. Let me see things as they really are. Who shows the Shaitan shows the bad thing as being good, veiled. Picture is painted over our eyeballs. I see the bad thing, oh, it looks good. And the good thing looks to us bad. Let me see through the trick to see things as they really are, not to be fooled. Prophet was praying. And we hope that that dua will be a supplication that goes to the end of time to make the truth to come out, so that the lies is laid open, not to be people fooled. We hope that dua was like that. Arina Ashya Kamahiyya Ya Rabbi. That is to see things, that my nation to see things as they really are. We hope for the honor of Prophet's holy words, dua, will take off the veil of lies see the truth, that we can be on the right way. All the Ummati Muhammad as much as may be. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen. Ata amrullahi fatastajiru subhanahu wa ta'ala ala yushrikun. Amrullah. The order is coming, nothing can stop it. Every period has its time, has its end. Every nation has its ending. Every nation thinks they're going to go on forever, but it doesn't. Allah say, "Fasiru fil ard, siru fil ard." Travel through the earth and look what was the end of those who went before you. They built huge monuments and temples and buildings and stadiums and cities, and now you can't find anything left from any of them. You can enter their most sacred and precious places. No more guards, no more king sitting, no more guardians, no more anything. What's this? Oh, this was the king's chamber of the temple. No guards here? No, no one's here anymore. What's this? This was the royal treasury. No door anymore either. It was wood, it crumbled away. Nothing left anyway. May Allah forgive us. And Maulana Shaykh used to say to us that in the time of Sayyidina Noah, for instance, when that nation reached its end and was destroyed by the flood, Sayyidina Noah was ordered to build a safinat, an ark, a ship, to save who Allah wanted to save, and to take all the animals and to keep the civilization to be reconstituted after the flood. And whoever went in the ark was saved. He said, now there's no Noah's Ark. No more Noah's Ark. Our Noah's Ark is through our hearts, he said. May Allah grant us. Like me. Our Noah's Ark is through our hearts. We have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make our hearts into a Noah's Ark, to keep our hearts clean, not to be a place for shaitan to play there, shayateens. It's difficult. It's a struggle for every believer, men and women. The Hadith Qudsi, Qalbul Mu'min Baitul Rabb. If you want to go to Kaaba Sharif in Mecca, Baitul Rabb, house of the Lord. Everyone has a house of the Lord in themselves, in their hearts. Who is sitting in that Baitul Rabb to our hearts? Rabb is sitting there, or Shaitan, or it's fool, Nafis is sitting there. It's not a lecture. We all have to ask that question to ourselves every day, always. Awliya, we're awliya, saints, by virtue of keeping their hearts guarded. They kept their hearts guarded. They were busy guarding their hearts, and they reached their levels. All of us are easy for Shaitan to come and play there, make a fire, and everything is destroyed in 1 second. When I get angry, I can't think of my Shaykh anymore. I can't think of Allah anymore. I can't think of anything. Only I want to burn everything. If mercy is not coming, how many times are going to be destroyed? Ahlan wa sahlan. Alaykum assalam. Welcome. So we have to guard our hearts. He said to his murids, be like a soldier on the battlefield, looking always, shooting at me. You can't see them. Quran says, shayateens, they're attacking from a place where we can't see them, but they see us. We don't see it. We forget, and something, one arrow or bullet of shaitan comes, a poison bullet, a poison arrow. Puts that poison, and then may Allah forgive us. He gave the example of Rabi'atu Adawiyah, the famous Waliya lady saint. She was a widow. Her husband had passed away, and she was still young. And all the men were trying to marry her, all the shiuk. And they were finding her in the mosque and saying, oh, Rabia. She was sitting, taking her beads, making istighfar in the mosque. Endlessly. Ya Rabia, you know that marriage is the order of Allah and the sunnah of prophets. He said, Nikah sunnati, and raghiba sunnati falaysa minni. Marriage is my way. Who doesn't like to marry is not from us. You have to pick one of us to marry. And she said, oh, gentlemen, I know that hadith, but I'm so busy, I can't find any time for marriage. What you're busy doing? You're sitting here all day, what you're busy? Not doing anything. I said, no, I'm trying to answer an important question. If I can't get the answer to that question, I can't be peaceful to marry any of you or do anything until I get that important answer. What's that question? Maybe one of us can answer it. Men like to show to the women. We know the answer. What's that question? Say, oh, gentlemen, or distinguished ulama, shuyukh, I'm trying to know how my last breath is going to be, in which condition Allah is going to take my soul. How it should be at the very end for me. In which condition I'm going to meet my Lord. Until I get a good answer for that, how I can be free to do anything else. Might be any second like that, and if I don't know, how I can turn to another occupation. And they were stumped, they couldn't answer. They couldn't answer. Awliya was like that, they weren't ordinary people. Trying to know, trying to do a watch, muraqabah, a watchfulness on their hearts, to see it's in a good condition with their Rabb, with their Lord, as much as possible. If the guard goes off duty, immediately they're looking to see also. They have their guardians and watchmen also. As soon as they see a children of Adam and Eve put down their guard, shoot. They're order is to shoot that poison. And coming mostly on believers. Coming mostly on believers. One person came to Sayyidina Abu Bakr or Sayyidina Ali, and said he was from the non-believers. He came and said, "What's this belief you have? I'm looking at your people, they're worse than us." They were idol worshippers. When we go to worship our idols, our statues, they come very nicely. If I go to a place, they worship their statue, they're very good in front of their statues, and very concentrated. Statue sitting like that never answers them anything. They put fruits, they put food. Statue, they put oranges and apples, and next day they didn't eat anything. They say, we're very good concentration. I'm seeing your believers when they come to prayer, they're distracted, they're this, they're that. What's that? And Sayyidina Ali answered them, or Sayyidina Abu Bakr answered them, "Oh, fellow, oh, so-and-so, Shaitan, it's true what you say. Shaitan, already he has you in his pocket. He doesn't need to worry about you. Bankrupt, nothing to get from you. Believers, he's carrying gold through their hearts. They're trying to change the currency into gold. It'll be something worth something. Dollars and rubles and what's the Iranian money in there? Rial, paper. It's not worth anything. Whatever the government says it is, that's what it is. Believers has gold through their hands, through their hearts. But go where the gold is. There was a famous person, he was a bank robber back once upon a time. He was always robbing banks and always getting caught by the police and taken to the police station. And the sergeant asked him, "Oh, so-and-so, we were old already. How many times we arrested you? Why you keep robbing banks? What's the matter with you?" He said, "Because that's where the money is. That's where the gold is. Where do you expect me to rob?" Shaitan like that. The treasure for Shaitan, the gold, the hearts of the believers. He swore to Allah, "I'm going to get the children." It swore, say he. It swore to Allah, "Because you made me wrong." The excuse of Shaitan, when they were wrong, he didn't say, "I was wrong." He said, "You made me wrong. Oh my Lord, you put me in the wrong. And because you did that, I'm going to go after your deputies, the children of Adam and Eve. Up to the end, I'm going to lay in wait for them, every ambush. Forget. And Grand Sheikh, Allah bless him, Shaykh Abdul Haqq, Dagestan, may Allah grant us His holy to look at us as a sadaqah. We're like the people on the corner with a sign saying, "We have nothing, give me." We come to him with nothing. Give us. He said, Shaitan is the biggest favor from Allah to human beings. He said that to the Council of Ulama in Damascus. Their, what they call their council, the Diwan, their conference, or the assembly. He went to them. He was famous. He was Ummi. He wasn't a scholar. They were all scholars. I wrote 10,000 books. My library, 300,000 books. I memorized 60 million books. And he was Grand Sheikh, but his heart was open. He said to them, Shaitan is the biggest favor from Allah to human beings. They said, how? He said, because Shaitan searches out the weak points in human beings. If we have a weak point through our heart, it attacks with his poison. If the believer can be alert for that attack and stop it and guard, will run to Allah, that weak point closes and they begin to improve. Shaitan looks for another weak point. You close it, you improve. Each time you close a different weak point, your spiritual structure improves. Awliya were like that, thinking like that. Ask ourselves if we're like them. Not too much. Not too much. They're awake people, open-eyed people. Difficult. They were with us as ordinary people, eating, drinking, laughing, but through their hearts, they were extraordinary people. Nobody could do what they did. So much they were doing, exerting, not outwardly through show. I did so many rakahs. Their inward alertness, muraqabah, watchfulness on their hearts. And Allah opened their hearts to receive lights. Shaykh Muhyiddin said, Rabbi habli istidadan kamila likabuli faydika. Oh my Lord, grant me the perfect preparation to receive your lights. Faydika akta, your fayd, outpourings, springs, fountains, pure fountains. Grant me the equipment to receive that. We have a iPad here. All the circuits have to be right to receive the Wi-Fi. Our hearts have to be all right to be able to receive Allah's Wi-Fi or Prophet's Wi-Fi or Awliya's Wi-Fi. That we have to work on that as much as we can. If a servant will be busy working, Allah completes the job that we can't do by ourselves. Part we can do, part we can't do. The bigger part we can't do, but we have to show something. The Shaykh said his job to encourage us to do something inwardly. They came and said, oh, we're fasting whole Rajab and Shaban. So I'm not asking that fasting from you, not eating. Ramadan, you have to. I'm asking you, fast from bad thinking, fast from anger, fast from bad characteristics, from jealousy and greed and backbiting and gossip, and fast from those things. But that's no fun. Who will know that I'm fasting from that? You can't, no one can see me. I'm fasting from anger. What? We don't see anything. Oh, look, see? It's no good unless someone sees. Always we come to this, one person's in sajda, praying, long time in sajda, praying. And people are sitting, say, he's so high, wali. He prays Fajr with the wudu of Isha. It's all night. And he gave all his money in sadaqah and zakat. He goes to Mecca, not every year, every week. Like this and like that, they're listing his good qualities. They come to the end of it, they can't think of anything else to say, and they're quiet. He's still in sajda. And he turns, you forgot to mention that I'm fasting. Unless someone sees it, look, they put picture, look, we're praying at the Makamos. Praying what? If you're showing a picture of you praying, what's the, look, I'm praying. You're praying so somebody has a picture of you praying? You're praying. Go pray when no one's taking a picture of it. We came into the masjid in Cyprus one time. Sheikh Nazim was shouting at us. Children were all in the front row and men were behind. He said, no, the opposite. We were ashamed. We thought we should keep back. Next prayer, Asr time, for instance. All of us were in the back of the mosque. Sheikh Hashem came in before Sheikh Nazim said, what's going on? Said, we're keeping back. He said, keep back when no one sees you keeping back. Do your good deeds when no one sees it. Otherwise, what's that? Riyah, the minimum riyah. Dar shohrat afat ast. Fame is affliction. It's something that destroys your good deeds. You go to the pantry and open the container to get your wheat or rice, and the moths come out. What happens? Because you did it for show. It wasn't a real good deed. May Allah forgive us. Grant us the blessings of this night. Inshallah, Ramadan coming next week. I don't know. Next Saturday we may be breaking fast here in the mosque, depending on when Tarawih is going to be. I think at least Saturday is going to be Tarawih. Maybe also Friday night. We'll see. We don't know. We'll see what he said. Go with the community. Whatever the community is doing, we'll do it also. Inshallah. If they do Friday Tarawih, we'll do Friday. If they do Saturday, we'll do. Wa min Allah tawfiq. Inshallah. بحرمة حبيبي بحرمة الفاتحة. آمين.